Been having some problems with his wheelchair. Let's hope I can get to the garden. Ladies! What's going on, YouTube? So today, I've been busy running errands, doing all sorts of things. But we're going to go ahead and tend to the chickens, grab some eggs, and do all the usual stuff. I've been growing these coffee plants here for a while. As you can see, I got a whole row of them going almost down to the chickens. We're going to cut these two largest ones and give them some extra protein and nutrients. Ladies, how many eggs y'all laying me this morning? So we got some comfort in the back section of the pen. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some up here and grab these spoon bowls, get them all filled up. Everybody's fed. We got corn. I need to give her some grit and some oyster shells. I'll do that here in a minute while I turn the camera off. So everybody's doing good. Looking healthy. Got about 19 eggs for today. I can live with that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and water these sweet potatoes and go on up to the garden. Been having some problems with his wheelchair. Let's hope I can get to the garden. Before I go to the garden, thought I would show y'all this little bare section of ground. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some grass seed down. Hopefully it'll seed, and I'll water it in. Like I said, I'm just gonna broadcast this seed right here. And hopefully we'll get some more grass growing. I'll get somebody to throw it up there on that hill. That should be enough to see this little area. I don't want to waste too much seed. So we got this area right behind the seeded. I'm going to go ahead and put the water to it, use the water hose, and hopefully it'll rain this week and really get it soaked in. I was really debating on planting seed right here, but I figured I had the water hose, and I was already watering the sweet potatoes over here. I didn't see why I couldn't water a little bit of grass. These sweet potatoes look like they're doing real good. I don't think they're doing more than just binding, but I still have some potatoes at the end of the year. Mom put some comfrey tea on these plants as a fertilizer, and I can tell that's really helped them out. Before we get started, I just want to say this is not a topic I want to be discussing right now. You know, the country's been talking about this movie called Sounds of Freedom, and it's basically about child trafficking. And I've been told that it's a real good movie, and it really opens your eyes to the horrible situation this country's in regards to child trafficking. However, I ain't seen the movie. The reason I hadn't seen the movie is there's a similar and not so unrelated issue in Indian country, and I figured instead of giving you another synopsis of the video, I'd tell you about something that has been close to my heart for many years. For those of you who don't know, I'm a member of the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina. Our home territories are Robertson County, Scotland, Hope, and Cumberland counties in North Carolina. We also have several communities in Baltimore, Maryland, and other South Carolina as well. For centuries now, our Native women and girls have been going missing from all of our communities across the U.S. and Canada. I tried to get some numbers, and the Bureau of Indian Affairs says that Native women and Alaskan Natives are 12 times more likely to be abducted than anybody else. The other statistic that I was able to gather, 1 in 4 Native women have experience with sexual assault. You know, we all saw that scene in Yellowstone where Casey Dutton runs down this white van and handles some business, so to speak, and saves the Indian girl. And I won't ruin the story, but you know, that situation plays out every day on some reservation somewhere, and the only difference is there ain't no Casey Dutton to save that young girl. She's either, you know, after they done with her, you know, they dump her in some ditch somewhere and never be seen again. You know what it's like to see somebody hold up a poster with their missing child? I've seen that. I've seen that time and time again on somebody I know, or their young girl, or their sister, or their whoever. They just go missing, and you never find her. You don't got no answers. You know, your brain tells you what happened, but nonetheless, you got no answers. And so here you are, just that empty spot in your heart. You know, I've been to the barbecue where the awkward silence happened when somebody brought up somebody that was missing and no longer with us. That's something hard to watch. You know, we as warriors, Christian or not, we had the obligation to put an end to this perversion in our communities. As long as we talk about it, and as long as we make it known that we don't condone these activities, then people won't do them. They'll slowly stop talking about it, and then they'll slowly stop doing it. You know, no amount of prayers, and unfortunately, no amount of money can bring our women back. You know, this is something that is going to take boots on the ground and it's going to take action to get rid of this sort of thing. You know, I like history. When I think of this problem, I can't help but think of slavery in the 1700s. You know, when the European world decided that human slavery was not okay, and they stopped providing the infrastructure for the slave trade, it instantly died. You know, the Civil War here in America brought it even faster into slavery, which is great. But just the fact of the matter is, when human beings decide something is wrong and they stop providing the infrastructure for it, the practice ends. You know, I believe we can rid ourselves of this stain on humanity. Just the way the Union Army removed the slaves from the southern part of the U.S. You know, we just got to go house to house, cell barn to cell barn, and just make it known that we as a society are no longer going to tolerate this behavior. And if you're caught, there will be repercussions. That's the problem these days. There is no repercussions for anybody that does this. I mean, you can have a whole island, ain't nothing gonna happen. For the last decade or so, the Native American community, we've been trying to raise awareness to this issue, you know, through campaigns like the Missing Murdered Indigenous Women, and through other groups such as AIM, the American Indian Movement. We've been trying to combat this issue of, let's just call it sex slavery, let's call it what it is. You know, and my hope is that even though this new movie doesn't directly address indigenous women that are going missing, I hope that this movie brings conversation throughout the whole country. That way, indirectly, we can help all the communities. We can get rid of this nasty perversion in our world. So for those of you who are new to the channel, normally I do not talk about these types of things. I don't get political in any way most of the time. But I just thought this was important. We had to get this out there, so if you enjoyed the video, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, we'll see you next time. Appreciate it.